Hi guys, it's Dakota. I hope everybody's doing well. So today is the giveaway for the 100 subscribers, not for all 100, I'm sorry to say, for the lucky winner of the, yeah, I have 100 subscribers now. So I've made a little goodie. Well, I didn't make it. I'm sorry. I'm not like a crafty person. Um, but I think you're going to really like it, okay? And I'm not going to tell you what it is. We're going to do it at the end. But leading up to it, hopefully this will kind of help you. When you receive your package, you'll be able to put two and two together, hopefully, and see. So I'm not going to go into a whole spiel about what it is that I'm doing, other than to tell you that this is a continuation of something that I've been doing since like mid-March. Once a week, I've been doing a healing thing, world healing spell work for the COVID-19 to just dissipate the disease, to banish it, to get rid of it, and to open doors. As we get rid of it, it opens doors to allow good health, strong body, strong mind, and to encourage some positive changes in not only our own lifestyles and how we treat others, but also in how we treat our planet. So I have been doing this world healing once a week for, again, about mid-March. And on my Facebook page, on my store Facebook page, the Peddler and the Crow, plug. On Fridays, I was doing a live video where I was doing different spell works for healing, etc., different types of healing spells, and and it was a lot of fun. So what I decided to do today is I've again, and I never do the same spell more than once ever. I don't think I ever have in my lifetime. I'm always I either add to, take away, I come up with a new concept, new ideas, guided by spirit to do this or to do that, whatever. And so I thought I would go ahead and do that today, and I will just kind of show you the process of what I'm doing and why I'm doing it. And there's a little extra something in here that I will share with you also. So I'll be talking to you. Hang on, I'm going to put you on pause real quick. And I'm on my laptop. I forgot my cell phone and I don't have, anyway, hold on one second. I'm going to flip you down so that you can see the table in front of me. And then I'll talk through that. Okay, hang on one second. Okay, I hope you can see me. Hi. All right, so I'm starting out with just this tray, and as you can see, it's quite uh, it's quite used. I'll put it to you that way. I got this at an auction years ago. It was just in a box. I didn't purchase it. It just came in one of the boxes, and um, usually we do a lot of donations when we would go to auctions, and this was in the donation box, and I saw it and I went, you know what? I can use that. And I don't know if it was a wedding gift or an anniversary gift, but there's some kind of initial here. I don't know how to read that kind of calligraphy. But on the back, it's dated April 21st, 1979. I don't know if you can see it. It's right there, April 21st, 1979. I just thought it would be a cool little addition to my work, and I absolutely I use this all the time. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to do is, hang on one second, I'm going to light, this is what I call my working candle. On my altar, I use a lighter one time, and that's to start my, well, I call it either my fire candle or my working, this is my working candle. So I call it my fire candle or my personal candle, but this is my working candle. So what I do is I get flame from my my fire candle, which is over there because I didn't have room on my table. So let me get fire. I moved too fast. Okay. Okay. So now I have my candle lit. All right. So what I'm going to do is, I hope you all can see everything. So what I'm going to do is I'm just dripping some wax onto the platter, and that's going to act as my candle holder. So I'm just going to get a nice little puddle there so that it holds the candle. And as you see, I'm using pink. And the reason I have this pink one, it doesn't really go with the whole world healing thing that I'm doing. But my friend passed away yesterday uh, after about 4 or 5 years of fighting with metastatic breast cancer. I'm at peace with her passing. I'm so happy that she is not suffering and in pain anymore. It was a horrible time. I will miss her greatly. And so this is for her because this is a healing. Yes, there's wax on the bottom because I put those on there and then I decided I wanted to show you. Now I have black. These, by the way, I already carved into these. I've already done those and for my intentions. And now I'm using a black one. And the black one I'm using to, to banish, to dispel, put a little more oil on there, or candle, to banish and dispel and get rid of that virus. I want to remove that virus and just never have it come back. The next one I'm going to put in the middle. This one is green, and again, all of these candles I've already put my intention into it. The green one, it's just has simple words: heal, peace. Stick that on there. Let that dry up a little bit. So these platters work really well. When I'm doing my spell work, I tend to use, unless I'm using, well, I use this even for my taper candles, but I really prefer these over candle holders. They're like the little chime holders, and the reason why is because if they melt down in those chime holders, now I'm using white. White is to draw in. So I have written, hang on one second, let me get this to stick. Anyway, what I was saying about the candle holders is that when these melt down, then you have to dig them out of those candle holders. This way, it's not bad. Now, if you can just pop these off, and just like you saw me there, I popped them off. But if it melts all the way down to the tray, sometimes they do, you just take your scraper and you just scrape it off. It's no big deal. I don't really care about the looks of this. I think for me, anytime that there is magic, like old candle wax, or maybe I didn't get all the herbs off or whatever, to me, that's just more magic, energy. And I love that. So I'm going to turn this a little bit so you can see the little, well, I'll turn it back this way. Okay. So I didn't get it. Excuse me. I didn't get it exactly straight. All right, so for this is my friend's candle, and I started at the base of the candle, and on the very bottom there's a heart for love, and I wrote the words out. I wrote the words to the tip of the candle because I'm sending her, just peace and love, friendship, just letting her know. I want her to feel my energy. So I'm sending that out. So I start at the bottom and I write up so that it goes out to the universe. The same thing with this. This is represents the earth. It's green. It's the healing candle. And again, I started at the bottom and I wrote up towards the wick. And that is to send that energy out into the universe. We want healing. We want peace, sending out love to the earth. The same with this one, the black one. The black one is banishing. The black one is getting rid of, removing. I just wanted that energy, that virus energy to dissipate. And so this one, I start at the bottom and I send out all energy that does not serve the highest good. I send out disease. I send out COVID-19. I send out, just things that don't serve the highest good. I send that out to the universe to banish. And at the bottom of this one is a banishing pentacle. And then the white candle is to draw in. So the white one I drew from the top down. So now I'm drawing in. I want to bring that stuff in. All things that do serve the highest good. So as we banish and let go, what happens is that opens up doors, that opens up the gateways for good things to come in, positive to come in, strong body, strong mind, love, positivity, our jobs, anything that is of the good that will serve our highest good from the top to the bottom. And on the bottom of this one, I drew an invoking pentagram or pentacle, whichever. Okay, now, these have been dressed, but I'm going to just show you. This is a healing protection oil that I made. It's got Palo Santo, it's got rosemary. I don't know if you can see it. I can't tip it because the lid doesn't close very good, but there's a quartz crystal in there to keep it charged. And I did this on the shop page. If you want to ever check that out, it's still on there. This is protection oil, but it is healing. It is for healing. And you can see the lid. It had a black and a white candle on top of this. It sat in my easternmost window sill for 9 days and 9 nights. The dark and the light. So it was charged by the moon and charged by the sun. And it sat for 9 days. And I did dress these candles in this, but I am going to go ahead and I got my little, I like the long ones. It's called a pipette. I'm using this instead of the little glass dropper because those are harder for me to handle. And this is already mixed and stirred up. But normally what I do is I take this oil and I rub it all up and down the candles, which I already did, but I washed my hands because I wasn't going to show you the setup, but then I decided I would. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to take a little bit of the oil and I'm just going to drop it around, the top of the candle. And it'll drip down the sides. That's okay. Just a couple little drops on the candle so that you see that what you want to do is you want to just really you want to dress the candle like if you take your candle, if you want to bring something in, you're going to take that oil from the top of the candle, bring it down to the base like the white one. I started at the top and I brought it down to the bottom. I'm drawing it in. And when I want to release something, I start at the bottom of the candle and I release up to the top. And you always want to make sure also that you get your wicks, which these were already done. All right, so let me put this lid back on because this oil, I use this jar and the seal sadly does not seal very well. It smells good though, and I've got oil everywhere. Okay, all right. So now what I'm going to do is we're going to add herbs. Now, the first thing I'm going to use is cinnamon. And let me get my cheat sheet here. Okay, cinnamon is used to expedite things. So, you know, I want this to happen. You know, I want this spell to work right away. I'm ready to get rid of this disease and get things back into normal. Now, a lot of times what I will do is I will take my herbs and I crush them all up in my mortar and pestle, and then I might put them out on I'll lay them out on a wax paper, something like that, and then I take the candle and, you know, I roll it like up and down on the paper and get the herbs all up on the candle. I do that sometimes. Sometimes I heat the candle, put the herbs in my hand and smash the herbs into the candle, all different ways. This time what I'm going to do is I'm just going to sprinkle the base of the candle. Now this is I am sprinkling right on top of the candle because I want some to get on the candle, but you can see that it's starting to drop down to the base there. That's what I want. So cinnamon is good for expediting your spells. It is an element of fire, and so it really gets things going, really gets things moving. I'm not really doing the herbs in any particular order. I'm just grabbing them. It's up to you. These are not the only herbs you can use. You can use any kind of herb you want. If you don't like the herbs I'm using, if you don't understand why I'm using it, well, then you don't have to. And if you have a question, I would be happy to answer it. So that's how I roll. So next I'm going to use lavender. And as we know, lavender helps calm our nerves. I'm just going to sprinkle them at the base of the candles. So lavender is good for calming nerves. It helps with stress, which right now, I don't know about y'all, but it's stressful times. You know, it's just really stressful times for everybody. And so I'm just adding these down here at the base of the candle. Okay. All right. Okay, the next one I'm going to use is called Horehound. I don't know if you can see that. It's called Horehound. And Horehound is good for mental clarity. And so for me to use, you know, we have to have mental clarity in what we're doing, whether we're doing, like, I need clarity when I'm doing my spell work. I need my intention to be completely clear. I want the universe to understand, you know, I need to be completely clear with the universe, what it is that I'm doing, what my intention is. And this does, like I said, this also helps bring clarity. And so there we go. All right, so that is the Horehound. The next thing I'm going to use is rue. I'm using rue. Now this particular rue has these big sticks in it, and but there's some powder at the base. So I want to use the powder. I don't exactly want to use those big sticks, not for this one. And I'm going to use my cute, adorable little wooden spoons. I hope you can see it. Oh, they're so cute. This one has a little, that has a squirrel. Now your measurements for what I'm doing, it doesn't matter. I'm just using a little, what did I say it was? Quarter teaspoon. And I'm just going to sprinkle some roux around the base of the candles. And again, for me, it doesn't really matter for me what order I do this. I just want to make sure that they all have the herb in it. And the thing is, whoa, the thing is, even if you miss some, it's about the intention. The universe gets it. So roux is for healing, and it is for protection, and it is also for mental powers. So I liked that. For this particular spell, I'm going to go ahead and put these little sticks because they fell out, and for me, you know what? If they fell out, they want to be here. So I'm going to just put them around the candles. Okay. I can't even see the clock, so I don't know how long I've been going. The next thing I'm going to use is pennyroyal. And pennyroyal is an herb it helps instill strength. And we all need strength right now. We need strength to deal with what we're dealing with. You know, so many of the people that, like I said, that, you know, are in the hospitals and their families at home, they need strength to stay, I don't know, stay alert, and they need self-care because they have to be there, you know, for their people, for their families. Feverfew, don't really have to say anything about feverfew. It is for colds and fever, and since part of the thing for the COVID is fever, so we're using some feverfew. And as you see, there's truly no rhyme or reason. I'm just putting them all along the bottom. Now, I use 9. Well, I work in 3s, so it's either going to be 3, 6, or 9. And for whatever reason, when I work with herbs, I tend to work in 9. 9 is a sacred number, so I just feel like 9 is the number for me to go. The next thing I'm going to use is chicory root. Now, why do I use chicory root? Chicory root is a road opener, and it removes obstacles. So for me, like I said, when we're letting go of something, when we're banishing something, we're removing something that doesn't serve our highest good. When you remove that, that means that it has opened up space. It has opened a gateway for positive things to come in. So we've released it, it's opened a gateway, and it needs to come in. And so chicory root is a remover of obstacles. So for me, it helps remove the obstacle, which in this case is this virus and stress that has come along with the virus. And so I pretty much use chicory root in almost everything I do. I know it sounds weird, but if you're doing spell work, that means there's a reason why. There's a reason why. That reason is an obstacle. So if you're doing a prosperity spell, well, it's because there's an obstacle. Either you got furloughed because of the virus, you got your company closed, and you know, just it's an obstacle. So we remove that. We remove the obstacle. In this case, the obstacle is the virus. Now I'm using white willow. I think I'm going fast because I don't know how much time I'm taking up here. I'm using white willow bark. I'm sorry, white willow bark. And white willow, not only does it promote healing, but willow is a tree of the goddess. And so I work with the goddess. I work with several goddesses and, you know, divine energy. So I am using white willow bark since I work with that. That one's hard for me to get to. I don't want to knock over the other one. Okay, so I have used cinnamon, lavender, horehound, rue, feverfew, willow, pennyroyal, chicory root. That means I have one left. And that is going to be, let me get these rose petals. And these are roses from my garden that I have dried over the years. And I'm going to just lay these whole petals just around the base. Don't want it right on top of the herb. Oh, they smell good. This is the first time I think I've ever done a show and tell. Well, no, I've done other show and tells. It's hard for me to keep track. All right, there we go. And if you've watched my live video and you're watching this, you'll see that it's very similar, but very different. Very different than what we did the first night when we did the first healing spell. Okay, I'm going to get one more. All right. Okay. All right. So these are ready. Now, before I light them, I wanted to show you that I had pulled, I hope you can see that. I pulled this card. This is the Wildwood Tarot. Let me put you up so I can see you. There we go. Okay. Or not so that I can see you, so I can see myself, so I can see what I'm doing. So I pulled this card, and specifically, I didn't just, it wasn't a random pull. I specifically wanted this card, and it is called The Journey. It's number 13. So, and it came from the Wildwood Tarot. It comes from this deck right here. And I'm going to read this. I'm not going to read the whole thing. I'm just going to read this. Okay. It is time to face the inevitable, to let the bones be laid bare and acknowledge the deepest aspects of your fears and desires. Do not fear change, because this is also a time of purification and realignment. This change may seem extreme and destructive, but old crops must be cleared for new growth to thrive, and static or sterile modes and concepts must perish. A celebration of the past or an acknowledgement of the passing of one part of life may be required. Let the threads of the old slip from your fingers with joyful remembrance, and enter this time of withdrawal and renewal with patience and calm. And I thought that was such an appropriate card for this time of what we're doing. Now, normally I set this card in the back, so I'm going to show you. I'm pulling you down. All right. So normally it would be like this. So this would be the front, and this, I have a little stand that my cards go. And a lot of times I'll put my little tea light right in front of it just to highlight it. So I use tarot a lot in my spell work. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to put this, see if it'll stay. Oh, I know. My cinnamon. There we go. All right. So that is what it would look like. And then I would have usually a little tea light in front of it. I forgot to bring the stand with me, so I apologize. Okay, so I'm going to get fire. All right. I'm going to head and light this one first for my friend. And then what I want to do is I want to banish the virus. I want to banish ill health. I just want, I release it, all things that do not serve for the highest good. And I want to bring in health, strong body, strong mind, healing, love, and protection. I ask the universe, the higher forces, the gods, the goddesses, the divine spirit, to bring people back into harmony with the world, our planet, and each other. Every day we are closer and closer to being healthy. Every day our planet is closer and closer to being healthy. As the moon is waning, this virus and disharmony is waning. As the moon waxes, healing and grace unites with our soul. So magic mend and candle burn, sickness end, good health return. So mote it be. So if you would like to do this spell or a spell, I would encourage you to do so. When we talk about the moon phases, well, you can't do that on, it's a waning moon. I'm releasing. I'm also drawing. So for me, I will use whatever phase of the moon is, because the moon is energy, whether it is waning energy or whether it is waxing energy. You can create your spell work based on that. So I honestly have not looked to see what phase of the moon we're in right now. I think we just had a full moon not too long ago, so we're probably in waning. But here's the thing. it doesn't matter. The oil that I used stayed on my windowsill for 9 days under the waning, or I'm sorry, under the moon and under the sun, the balance. I have a banishing and a drawing candle balancing. So by the waning moon, I ask that it takes it away, that it releases it, and the waxing to draw in. Either way, it is balanced, and either way, so it is. All right, give me a second. I'm going to get the jar. All right, there was only 8 people that signed up. So I don't have a bowl, I mean a jar, so I had to put them in here. Eight people that said they wanted to be added. So there's eight papers. Let's mix up the cauldron. Whee! All right, here I go. Maggie Moon. Woo! Yay! Oh, okay. So, Maggie, PM me your mailing address so I can get this to you. And congratulations, you're my first giveaway. I'm pretty excited about that. Yay. So I hope that you like it. I hope that you can connect the theme with it. And yeah, so just either, DM me, I guess, private message me, or you can email me. And with your mailing address, and I'll get that in the mail for you. All right, so that's it, guys. This was a super long video. I don't even know how you guys do it, spell work and stuff, so quickly. Anyway, that's it. Thanks everybody for sticking with me, for subscribing. Please share. If you haven't subscribed already, subscribe. Hit that little bell, I guess, to get your notifications. I hit mine, and with all of the people that I subscribe to, and I'm still not getting notices. So I have to check to see when people are posting their videos. So it doesn't always work. So please, Maggie, you won. And so congratulations. Thanks, everybody. Hope you enjoyed it. Stay safe, be well, and I'll see you next time. Bye, guys. Get off.